We live in a world that never stops. Every day, we're flooded with emails, notifications, and endless scrolling. Did you know the average person spends over 6 hours a day online? That's nearly a quarter of your day. Yet, despite all this screen time, many of us still feel like we're not getting enough done or are constantly distracted. Here's something even more surprising. 40% of people report feeling overwhelmed by the sheer amount of digital noise in their lives. From social media updates to constant emails, we're drowning in information. But what if there was a way out? In this video, I'm going to show you how to take control of your digital life in just 6 simple steps. You'll learn how to cut through the clutter, reduce distractions, and make your online experience work for you, not against you. Whether it's through minimalist apps, managing your online relationships, or taking digital breaks, these strategies will help you create a simpler, more focused life. Stick around to find out how you can reclaim your time and mental peace. Chapter 1. Declutter your digital space. The art of digital detox. We all know what it's like to feel overwhelmed by a messy inbox or endless app notifications. In a world where we're constantly surrounded by digital noise, it's easy to forget the power of decluttering our online space. The first step to achieving digital minimalism is eliminating the distractions. Did you know the average person checks their phone 96 times a day? That's a lot of wasted time. Start by organizing your devices. Remove apps you don't use and unsubscribe from email lists that add no value to your life. By doing so, you'll be able to focus more on what really matters. A study from the University of California found that constant notifications can reduce productivity by 40%. Imagine the time you could reclaim if you eliminated the digital distractions. But decluttering isn't just about deleting apps or emails. It's about creating an online environment that supports your goals. For example, set up folder systems on your phone and computer to make finding things faster. Organize files and documents in a way that feels intuitive to you. And don't forget about notifications. Turn off alerts for apps that don't require immediate attention. You'll be amazed at how much calmer your day feels without the constant buzzing. Here's a unique fact. Studies have shown that just looking at a cluttered screen can cause anxiety. So, by simplifying your digital environment, you're not just organizing, you're improving your mental health. Remember, this is about intentionality. As Cal Newport, author of Digital Minimalism, puts it, the goal is not to spend less time online. The goal is to spend more time on what matters. Chapter 2. Mindful connectivity. Curating your digital relationships. In a world where everyone's on social media, it's easy to get lost in the sea of posts, messages, and updates. But, have you ever stopped to ask yourself if these digital connections are enriching your life? Many people feel stressed by maintaining numerous online relationships, and yet only a small percentage of them truly matter. The key to mindful connectivity is to focus on quality over quantity. Start by examining your social media and digital friendships. How many of these connections bring positivity and value into your life? It's okay to mute, unfollow, or unfriend accounts that add negativity or clutter to your digital world. A Harvard study revealed that people with close, meaningful relationships are 50% more likely to be happy. So, why not make an effort to nurture the relationships that matter most? By curating your digital circle, you'll create space for the relationships that align with your personal values and goals. Try setting boundaries with your devices. For example, instead of checking social media every few minutes, set aside specific times in the day for engagement. This way, you control your time online instead of letting it control you. According to the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology, setting time limits on social media use can significantly improve your well-being and reduce feelings of loneliness. And don't forget to take digital breaks. A social media detox can help reset your mindset. Research from the University of Pennsylvania found that reducing social media use to 30 minutes a day can improve your mental health and reduce feelings of loneliness. A final tip. Try going off-grid for a day or weekend. The goal isn't to disconnect forever but to remind yourself that real-life connections are just as, if not more, important than virtual ones. If you want to learn more about how to manage your digital life, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Chapter 3. The power of digital Sabbaths. Taking breaks for your sanity. We've all been there. glued to our screens, endlessly scrolling, responding to work emails late into the night. But there's a powerful practice that can completely shift your relationship with technology: the digital Sabbath. A digital Sabbath is a designated time, whether it's a few hours or an entire day, where you disconnect from all digital devices. It's a time to recharge, focus on the present, and step away from the constant stimulation of digital life. Did you know that according to a survey by the American Psychological Association, 48% of people say they feel stressed by the amount of time they spend on their devices? That's where a digital Sabbath comes in. Taking these breaks isn't about rejecting technology entirely. Instead, it's about creating a balance. For example, you could set aside Sundays as your day to focus solely on offline activities. Use this time to read, go for a walk, or spend quality time with loved ones. Studies show that people who take regular breaks from technology report feeling more relaxed and have better focus. Research also shows that taking breaks from screens can boost creativity. In fact, a study by the University of California found that taking breaks from digital tasks can improve problem-solving skills. This is because our brains need time to rest and process information. One of the unique benefits of a digital Sabbath is that it can help you build healthier habits. When you commit to unplugging, you start to create more mindful routines. Perhaps you'll find time to practice yoga, meditate, or cook a healthy meal, things that can sometimes get pushed aside in our digital world. The beauty of the digital Sabbath is its flexibility. It's not about perfection but about consistency. Set your own rules. Start with just an hour a day and build up. The goal is to reduce screen time gradually so that it becomes a natural part of your routine. As screen time continues to rise, taking intentional breaks has never been more important. Just remember, your digital life should serve you, not control you. This simple idea will guide you in living a simpler, less stressful online life. If you found these strategies helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips on simplifying your digital world. Chapter 4. Minimalist apps. Embracing tools that serve, not distract. In a world full of apps, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the choices and the clutter they create. But did you know that the average smartphone user has over 80 apps installed? Yet, research shows we only use about 9 apps regularly. This discrepancy is where minimalist apps come in. By focusing on tools that truly serve your needs, you can simplify your digital life. Start by identifying which apps you actually use. Do you really need 5 different photo editing apps, or could one app do the job just fine? Eliminating apps that don't serve a clear purpose can make a huge difference. This process isn't about cutting out everything, it's about being intentional. Take productivity apps, for example. Rather than juggling multiple task managers, choose one that suits your workflow. A study by the University of California found that switching between different apps and tasks can reduce productivity by up to 40%. One app, one purpose. It's a simple rule to live by. Another strategy is to choose apps that help you focus. For instance, instead of using social media apps as a distraction, try using a minimalist app like Forest, which encourages you to focus on your work while growing virtual trees. This turns productivity into a game and makes it easier to stay on task. Apps like this also help you track time spent online, making it easier to set boundaries. Here's a unique fact. Studies have shown that using fewer apps can actually increase your phone's battery life. By reducing the number of apps running in the background, you're not only decluttering your screen but also improving the efficiency of your device. As Cal Newport says in Digital Minimalism, the goal is not to use more tools, but to use the right tools. By being more mindful about the apps you use, you'll find it easier to live a simpler, more intentional digital life. Chapter 5. Information overload? How to filter the noise. In today's digital age, we're bombarded with an overwhelming amount of information every single day. Whether it's the news, emails, social media updates, or advertisements, it's easy to feel like your mind is constantly being pulled in different directions. A study by the Nielsen-Norman Group found that the average person is exposed to between 4,000 to 10,000 ads every day. No wonder it feels like there's no space left for meaningful thoughts. To counter this, it's crucial to filter the noise. One strategy is to unsubscribe from newsletters and email lists that you don't read or find helpful. By simplifying your inbox, you'll not only save time, but you'll also reduce the mental clutter that comes with constantly checking for new emails. Another way to filter the noise is by curating your news sources. Rather than scrolling through endless articles, choose a couple of trusted outlets that align with your values. A study from the Pew Research Center shows that people who engage with news from only a few sources tend to have a clearer understanding of current events. You can also use digital tools to filter information. For instance, setting up Google Alerts for specific topics can help you stay informed about subjects that truly interest you without sifting through irrelevant content. Or, try a Minimalist RSS reader to get updates on your chosen interests, without the distractions of unnecessary posts. A really effective strategy for filtering out digital noise is to establish specific times for consuming information. Instead of checking news or social media throughout the day, set aside a dedicated 30 minutes in the morning or evening. This ensures that your mind isn't constantly interrupted by information overload. In fact, research from the University of California shows that people who consume less information online experience lower levels of stress. Remember, as Cal Newport writes in Digital Minimalism, you should be in control of your attention, not the digital world. By intentionally filtering the noise, you free up mental space to focus on what truly matters. Chapter 6. Intentional Digital Habits. Creating a seamless online routine. Building intentional digital habits is essential for maintaining a minimalist approach to technology. It's not about rejecting tech altogether, but about using it in a way that supports your goals, rather than detracting from them. One of the best ways to do this is by creating a seamless online routine. Start by setting clear boundaries for when and how you use digital devices. For instance, try implementing a no screens rule for the first hour after waking up. This helps you start your day without being immediately bombarded by emails, social media updates, or notifications. In fact, research by the Sleep Foundation shows that screen time in the morning can negatively affect mental clarity throughout the day. Next, create a dedicated space for work or creative tasks. By having a digital environment that's set up solely for productivity, you'll be less likely to get distracted. Apps like Freedom or Stay Focus can help by blocking distracting websites during work hours. These tools are particularly helpful if you struggle with procrastination. Another key habit is reducing multitasking. Many of us think we're saving time by doing multiple things at once, but studies show that multitasking can actually reduce productivity by as much as 40%. Instead, focus on one task at a time, and use digital tools like task managers to organize and prioritize your work. Additionally, consider setting time limits for digital activities. It's easy to get lost in an endless scroll on social media or binge watch a show for hours. Use apps like Screen Time on iOS or Digital Wellbeing on Android to set limits on your app usage. These apps can even send reminders when you've spent too much time on certain activities. As you build these digital habits, you'll begin to notice that your relationship with technology becomes more intentional and less impulsive. Over time, this can help you reduce digital overwhelm and make better decisions about how you spend your time online. Ultimately, intentional digital habits create balance in your life. By following a routine that's purposeful and thoughtful, you can live a simpler, more focused digital life. As Newport says, the key to living a meaningful digital life is not about doing less but about doing more of what matters. If you've enjoyed these tips and want to learn more ways to simplify your digital life, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.